I first and foremost want to give thanks to the Divine Creator, all of our divine and benevolent ancestors of truth who are with us, for this opportunity to enlighten each other, to move forward with teaching each other the truth about our traditions and our culture. And it is through our culture, through our traditions, that we heal, that we be strong, and that we are able to persevere. I also want to thank Ina and Jadeka for this opportunity to this forum, to come together, to learn, to teach each other, to share, to grow, and to live the legacy that our ancestors have left behind for us. That legacy being a legacy that will allow us and assure us victory in the battle that we are fighting today. So, you do see me on the webcam, right? Because I'm getting a message here that says share my webcam.
Go ahead and share your webcam, please, because I don't see it.
Okay, so now you can see me.
Ane.
Okay, great. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started with this presentation, which will give you a little insight about the course, which is titled Introduction to African Spirituality, the Ancestral Connection. First, I want to, now I know that I sent a message to Mama Priya. Mama Priya, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, did you receive the email that I sent you?
I did, and we watched the video and everything.
Oh, great. Okay, so what I did was persons who have registered for the class, I sent them a video, a brief video, music video actually, to watch that speaks volumes about African traditional spirituality, and I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it now, and we can discuss it because it really, in a nutshell, in all of the 4 or 5 minutes of the video, it sends a very powerful message that we all need to understand. It leads to this question that I have here on the first slide, which is, who walks with you? Remembering our ancestors' way. And but before I show the video, just want to speak what the course purpose and objective is. And that is to enlighten students about the benefits of African spirituality, from its ability to heal, uplift, unite, and strengthen us Africans in every way. Also want to debunk any lies, all lies that have been taught regarding it, and to change the false perceptions that a lot of us have been forced to believe. And the final goal is to encourage an attitude of openness and appreciation for African spirituality, since it is a very intricate part of African culture, and to encourage students to embrace its positive aspects and explore all of the benefits it has to offer. Now I will start the video. Okay, there we go. Everyone can see it? Everyone can see, correct?
I can see it.
Great, okay. Hold on one second. Had it and lost it. For some reason, the mouse is not moving. Okay, there we go. All right.
names and addresses we need you to verify. Make sure they all be legal.
Okay, I just stopped it because I want to make sure that everyone is seeing the video.
I'm
Sister
seeing
Kim,
an image of a man in a brown jacket. That's
Okay,
what I can see. I can hear the video, but I'm not seeing anything else.
Correct.
Okay. All right, let's go back. Let's try this again.
and sister, if it doesn't present the way exactly that you want it, you can, in your chat, you can copy the link. You can copy the link if you want to, and we can go and look at it if you want, and then come back, however you want to do it.
All right, let's try it again and see.
Got it? Yes, I bring it. Okay. Well, we got a couple names and addresses we need you to verify. Make sure they all be legal. But sir, I don't know these people. Yeah, that was the deal, right? What the my daughter. Well, listen, we could just deport you too. Just get in the car. I'm a okay. I'm gonna shine my light. Shine my light. The things that never stop me, I'm shine my light. Don't shine my light. I take my whole wall, I'ma shine my light. Fresh from the start, I'm at the door, sprinkle the holy fire on your how can you get it? We got it anyhow. Baptized in the river, so much good is alive on my Tupac. Only God can judge. Look into the heavens, no man can touch. Struggling together, get my people never settle. Africans we represent again, the peace I bless. The streets need something to rock around. Whether from the beast or police, the guns down. Want us to dumb it down, the devils they hug around. Terror is the project, still rocking the crown. When it's your time to go, what did you live for? Make it soul to soul, but did you gain up? And like we say back home, Charlie. Where we think there's nothing that they say is brave each and every day. Yeah. And you already know, they will try to change you. Yeah. And you already know, they will try to change me. Yeah. And you already know, they can never change you. Yeah. And you already know, they can never change me. I'm gonna shine my light. Shine my light. I'm never gonna stop. Hustle till we make it to the top. Never stop. I'm shine my light. Don't shine my light. Get the sun, go shine. Get the sun, go shine. Shine my light. Get a beat go. Get a beat go. Get a beat go. Get a beat go. Let the rhythm hit him. Let the rhythm hit him. Get a beat go.
Okay, so everyone saw the video. I like totally love this video. I'm in love with little Alma. She's just beautiful. Any youth joining us right now in the presentation? Because that's really who I want to direct the questions to. Of course, everyone is welcome to answer, but are there any youth on line right now with us?
Nana, my daughter's on her way in.
Okay, okay. All right, so we'll start with the... Hello?
My daughter
Oh, okay.
Zai.
Okay, Zai, great. All right. Zai, you saw the video, so I want you to give me your thoughts. Who do you think is walking with Amma?
I think that it is herself.
Okay.
Why? Explain why.
Because that person is doing the same thing as Alma.
Okay, so it's like
Nana, are you there? Okay.
okay. Okay, anybody else who wants to throw in their two calories? Who do you think is walking with Amma? Okay, well, I'll give my two calories.
Mama or Nana, Tisha wrote in your
Yeah.
chat, guardian ancestor.
Okay, great, great, great. It is indeed symbolic, and it is a being, a spiritual being. Some people would think that it is an ancestor. An ancestor is a person who once lived, but spiritually is still connected to the living. Some people would think that it's a divinity of some type. Can anyone give some input or their thoughts on what they think was happening? What was the purpose of this being present with Amma?
I think it was to guard her as she was on her way home by herself. So like a
Exactly.
protection.
Exactly. Unfortunately, her father had been bribed, threatened to participate in this scheme that the two police officers who were crooked, wicked police officers, their scheme was to seek out through the community individuals who were here illegally, meaning they had not gone through the proper process of becoming citizens. They overstayed their visa from whatever country they were visiting. So through a large sum of money, they were bribing these people, and if they didn't give the money, then they would deport them back to their home country. So Amma's father was a victim of that scheme. Now, we don't know, and we can let our imagination run wild as far as what could have possibly happened to the father. But just as you said, I believe Mama Priya, is that you who responded?
Yes.
Okay. The being who was walking with Amma was protecting her as she went home by herself, unfortunately having to do that, and also intervening in whatever was about to go down with her father being with these two crooked police officers, and her suddenly appearing before appearing before the police vehicle. So it was an act of intervention and also a way of awakening the father. As Blitz the ambassador in the song says in the very end, wake up, why don't you? Wake up, why don't you? although he may be in this compromising situation, with the power of our ancestor, with the power of his ancestors, the power of great divinities that can be invoked, he can be rescued in a sense from that. So basically, the video reminds us that whether we realize it or not, whether we acknowledge it or not, we are not alone. There's someone, many beings who are benevolent, who are powerful, who are great, walking with us. Now, what I want to touch on briefly now is this woman here, the great Nana Ya Asantewaa I. She's the Queen Mother of Ijisu, which is a town in the Ashanti region of Ghana, West Africa. And here in this photo, she's wearing a batakari kese, which is a ceremonial dress that warriors wore and still do amongst the Akan people, an ethnic group in Ghana. Ya Asantewaa was a queen mother of the Ijisu people, and she was very instrumental in fighting the British, who were basically, as all Urugu were doing throughout the whole continent of Africa, they were invading various countries, and they went to Ghana because they literally wanted to take it over and colonize it and strip it of its resources, et cetera, et cetera. So Nana Ya Asantewaa decided that she was going to stand up against them and she was going to fight them. And there was some conflict between her people, her warriors and the royals. They weren't all in agreement, and she ridiculed them and said that, basically, if you will not stand up and fight these people who are trying to, literally rule over us, we, the Asante people, then we women will fight. So she is known for doing that, and very well remembered amongst her people and people all over the world. But what is important is, was it just her courage? Was it just her loyalty to her people that helped her to be successful in fighting the British? Now, they were eventually colonized by the British, and they were defeated, basically. And that happened for a lot of reasons. But when Nana Ya Asantewaa was fighting, she was a fierce woman. And I tell you, she really wore the British out. And it was because of treasonous acts amongst the Asante, some of the warriors and some of the chiefs. And also, some were easily bribed with money, that they were defeated. Here is a short video of some of the descendants of the great Nana Ya Asantewaa. And I want you to, they're speaking in Asante Tree, but there are subtitles here. And I want you to listen to what they say about the great Nana Ya Asantewaa I. So I'm going to try to play the video. Give me a second here.
Nana, can you hear me?
Yes.
Outro. Your video and the sound is not coming in as it's strong, but it's not. It's kind of disjointed, and so people might not be able to hear everything as straight as you want it. The visuals are excellent, though.
Okay, and so I'm going to put headphones on. Maybe that'll help a little better. Can you hear me?
Okay, we hear you. It's the video that might be a little bit disjointed, not you.
Okay. All right. Well, let me play it and see what happens here.
And as antimine cost workers on Pesas antimine and cough from Naman Tito, Namunia produce on this. I didn't remember now. I was sitting near one, said one ship you to Modanta. I be firemen now, but you see a drag across why you nigh a person. As I was of the fucking TM and motion. Somebody sorry, it's one day. It was an hour I could group. Or was I drawn my abandon? Oh, yes, I never say about that. Yes, or about that. Say, no, I was some. Samuel, so it is a bosom, and ya dear new pursue. Ya no bosom, and ya say, as you can say, near Brini Bayian, and so, and then a bay. Samuel, and another after. The moment come out, I was soon say was sentimental in an come boom. Oh, but man, no more chin, and I was on the soon attack.
Okay, so basically what these two women were talking about, and these are descendants of the great Nana Yasantawa I. It is the granddaughter and her mother, so the daughter and granddaughter of Nana Yasantawa. They were saying that in addition to her just being a very powerful and fierce woman who was courageous and who believed in justice and righteousness, that she also invoked her own ancestors and the divinities who were connected to her ancestors, okay? And those divinities were a pantheon of divinities called the Asul Tano, very instrumental not only with the Asante, but most of the Akan-speaking people. There are many sub-ethnic groups that are part of the Akan people. So she, being a queen mother who is a custodian of custom, understood the importance of being spiritually sound and spiritually powerful, which then impacts the physical, impacts the intellectual. Through that, she was able to come up with very clever tactics and ways to frustrate and to kill many of the British warriors. I won't go into that. Of course, we don't have enough time. But the main thing that I want to emphasize is that Nana Yasantawa was great, but Nana Yasantawa I was great because of her own ancestors, because of the spiritual traditions that she utilized to give herself and her people the strength and the courage to fight these demons, literally is what they are, who were trying to destroy them. And here we will see her granddaughter, Nana Yasantawa II, who is the current queen mother of Idrisu. Here she's greeting the Asante Hini, who is the head chief or king of the Asante people. Okay, so in the video we see Nana Ya Santua II, the current Queen Mother of the Idrisu people, greeting the Asante Hene. And I don't know about you, but every time I see this video, I just get chills because she displayed that same courage that her mother has, that same readiness. Like, I'm ready for battle. I'm ready to do what I need to do to fight for my king, to fight for my people, to fight for justice. She's living the legacy. She has carried on that powerful spirit of her mother. But know and understand that it is through the customs, the spiritual traditions, the rituals, the invocation through libation and offerings that she is able to continue that legacy, so that if ever that threat was to come again, oh, she would be ready, no doubt. Now, don't let her beauty fool you. She's ready. And that's what we have to be. We have to be ready. We have to be spiritually fortified. We have to be strengthened. Each one of us, the legacy of our ancestors, the ancestral ways, the birthright, the privilege, and the responsibility exist in us. So, again, my goal is to share the basics of African spirituality and what that is, and what each and every one of us can do to assure that we are spiritually sound, spiritually healthy, and united as African people to be ready to fight anything come our way. Here we see these beautiful African children smiling, and the proverb, African proverb says, we desire to bequeath two things to our children. The first one is roots, and the other one is wings. We give to our children the history, the traditions, the customs, the tools, everything that comes from our roots through our ancestors, through our heritage as African people. We pass that on to our children so they can fly, so they can soar. So that concludes my short presentation, just to give you a little taste and to entice you to please join me on Sunday, September the 18th. That'll be the first presentation starting at 10:30 a.m., where I'll be presenting the 5-week course titled Introduction to African Traditional Spirituality, the Ancestral Connection through Fawohodie Sua. And that is it. I'm